Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing alright. Hi, Mist. Yeah, so I posted right at the start of this stream, but there may be some issues with this stream today. It may go fine, but there may be issues as well. Basically, the software that I use in OBS to multi-stream to YouTube and Twitch is having loads of problems today. So I said this in the Twitch chat, but at the moment it's telling me that I am offline on Twitch and offline on YouTube. I'm guessing that because you guys are in chat that I am not. I have checked it as well and I seem to be streaming fine, so I don't know what Restream's doing. So if there are any hiccups with the stream, it's probably issues with Restream. If it gets to be too much of a problem, we'll just switch over to Twitch for the rest of the stream. You could also be a figment of my imagination, that is also true. You see me, well that is promising. Yeah, so I think the stream itself is fine. It's just that for some reason Restream is saying I'm offline. I've been streaming for nearly a year, it's getting to you. So yeah, if there is any issues, that's probably why. We'll see. So as you can probably tell, we are playing PSOBB today. The plan for Wednesday is, if all things go well, hopefully we'll be playing some Phantasy Star Zero. If there are any issues with that, we might have to reschedule it to something else, but hopefully we'll be doing some Phantasy Star Zero on Wednesday. For anyone who enjoyed the classic Phantasy Star stream, that will be back the following Wednesday, so we'll be doing it every 2 weeks. Kilniath is actually Bill Niath from Exeter. I know you've been after some Phantasy Star Zero for a while. So yeah, if you do want to play for PSOBB, we always play on Ephinea on the Lumerace ship, which is the European one, Block 2, Lobby 21. Unfortunately, the events have all ended now, so we're back to the usual misery in PSO now. It is eerily quiet, yeah. Yeah, we'll give it a couple of minutes. So yeah, early today, NGS video went live, which I'm sure you'll all love. Maybe I am actually offline, yeah. Maybe this is all offline PSO. It's just AI pretending. So yeah, NGS video went live early today, which covers the new Tricelio and Tristasis gear. It's basically the same as the last video, but the same process again. But I felt that since I'd covered the last one, I may as well do the current one as well. Say that again. So just to confuse you with NGS stuff. You get an Excellior weapon. You upgrade the Excellior weapon with Evoluvolts. Stay with me. Into Duocellior. Then you use Evoluvolt 2s to change your Duocellior into a Tricellior. And this is why I hate NGS naming conventions. It's actually not that confusing when you do it in game. It's just remembering what everything's called. That is the main issue. So out of curiosity, while waiting, what is the RBF this week? Hi, Drac. You were doing a mission on PSU. You said Evoluvolt and your stream crashed. I missed. So we've got Endless Nightmare 2, Penumbral Surge 1, and War of Limits 3. Endless Nightmare 2, I'm pretty sure is Caves. Penumbral Surge 1, I'm guessing... what, maybe Temple? Hi, Zilt. I can't remember what War of Limits 3 is. I'm assuming maybe Desert. But yeah, I have no idea why they decided to name everything in NGS in ridiculous things that you just can't remember. It was kind of the same in PSO2 base as well to an extent, but yeah, it's even worse. I will say though, for anyone who has tried NGS before, I think at the moment it is probably some of the best it's been in a while. Hi, Minsk. So are we going for 200 today, Minsk? I know you said on the Discord earlier that you were close to 200 now. Also, happy birthday as well. Find it weird playing PSOBB on your PS Vita and finding a Vita rifle. You're only going back if we leave the planet. So your algorithm-based YouTube post, mate. I see another comrade has fallen to the foul curse of YouTube. Yeah, it just seems at the minute, I think it's since I started to vary my content up a bit more. So basically what I'm doing is I do 2 streams a week and I vary it now between Phantasy Star and non-Phantasy Star. And it seems like since I started doing that, the algorithm has just gone crazy on my channel and it's just affected everything. I'm not too bothered because I'm doing what I enjoy doing anyway, but it would be nice to hopefully get some more views on some stuff. Also, you can change items with Volivants. Yeah, basically. That's an easy way of remembering it, I guess. Oh, you're setting up the floor drop breeder. Ah, no worries. I think that's the issue to playable, yeah. I think because I've done so much Phantasy Star, even though I'm doing games for the most part that are very similar to it, I think the algorithm just got thrown off. I mean, I'll be honest, at this point, I kind of prefer doing the streams over the video content anyway. Hi, Drac. I've brought the Oran Hue Seal as requested. Have you checked what channel tags you've got set? I think my channel tags are mainly Phantasy Star. But yeah, I should probably go and look at those again. You prefer watching the streams or the videos? I think that's the way things are going on the channel, honestly. I've noticed that there's generally a lot more interaction and a lot more interest in the streams rather than the videos lately. On the subject of videos, the PSP2 playthrough is almost at an end. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You'll bring 4 Mars so you can bonk Belras and bringers. That sounds great. Oh yeah, streams are definitely more dynamic, yeah. I think the problem is that once you start doing videos, you can't just stop. Watching the streams is like hanging out with good friends, so it's only natural. Yeah, I think it's nice to have a space where you can just chat and just talk rubbish and have a good time, you know. You know, it's not like I'm doing this as a full-time YouTuber, so I'm here purely for, you know, to have fun and to hopefully get more people into Phantasy Star. Hi, Zelt. What video are you going to make members first next? I'll have to think about that. What I may do is, there is some videos that I'm wanting to do for other content that isn't Phantasy Star, so maybe I'll promote those to members only first. Or whinge about bad drops. I mean, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be PSO without whinging about bad drops. The Halloween event, seriously, I barely played during Halloween because it was so depressing. Literally nothing good. I think the only things I got from Halloween was, speaking of whinging about bad drops, here we go already. Yeah, I got, I think, a couple of photon drops and a red Odoshidamaru, which is useless. So thanks, Halloween. I think I had about 2 or 3 cookies for the entire event. You have 4 cookies left. You almost want to say you prefer normal PSO. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the events. I mean, the anniversary event was brilliant. But the issue with the anniversary event was that it kind of spoiled us too much. Everyone just got showered in crazy rares, and now that we're not getting them, it doesn't feel right. They need to lower the cookie drop rate. I think it was too rare this year, personally. I know it was only 1 in 1500, but 1 in 1500 is actually rarer than it sounds. I know it was increased rates in the cookie quest, but if you didn't have a cookie to do with them... Yeah, it was basically farming one item to be able to farm other things, which I didn't really like. I preferred how they did it for the other events where you just run special quests. Even if they did lower the drop rate on the Halloween quests, I would prefer it that way, where you could just run them anytime. I mean, it was something different at least, you know? But, yeah, not my favourite event. I think I played PSU more. Is the Xmas event the same, get cookies? I'm honestly not sure. I've never played Ephinea during the Christmas event, so I don't know. Hope you're alright, Vomzel, as well. So we have 4. I know Minsk was getting his drop reader set up, so we might have time to maybe do 1 run before Minsk's finished. Xmas event has limited time quests, apparently. No cookies, that is fantastic news. Quick before Minsk returns. Oh, it was Omnispawn quest last year. Oh, fair enough. It's been a rough month, but you're hanging in there. Oh, I hope things are alright for you. You worded that wrong. You meant increase the rate of the drop. You were thinking lower the ratio numbers. Yeah, so basically, so make the drop easier. That's what I meant by making it easier. I think 1 in 1500 is a bit too difficult for something that you need to farm. Hopefully the Devil Tail mag will be available in the Xmas event. Devil Tail's really cool. It's just a shame that you have to use 2 mag cells to get it. Oh, we got a banner. Heaven Punisher, yeah, Cease Forest. Also, that banner is weirdly stuttery. I don't know why. So yeah, well, we've got 4 here. I know Minsk just said he's having some in-game FPS issues at the minute. Miss lost his 3rd Heaven Punisher. So does anyone want to do a quest? I have my Oran here if there's anything you want me to run Oran for. I have played PSU a bit to playable, yeah. Played it a little bit the last few days. Miniwali event was on, I think, up to about level 170 something now. Does anyone have a Sting Shield? I've been playing on very hard for days to get one, but haven't had any luck. I think I've got one, but it's a really low stat. It's not one you would want to use. we can get Cincesta on our Exard. I mean, I'm fine doing Oran Exard if you want. I will get horrifically maimed doing it with a level 103 Huka Seal, but I'm up for it. I guess I can make. Let's get V101, can't let Ziggy get them all. So was V101, is that our mines? Oh, it's from Sinner Reds. That's cool. I will make. So password, as always, is stream. Yeah, it's playable. Honestly, I've been really enjoying PSU lately. I think the game has actually aged really well. Like, surprisingly well. PSO has not aged well, but PSO has always been really special to me, so I'll play it regardless of how clunky it feels. I was generally surprised how well PSU still holds up. I've been playing it quite a bit as well. Oh, cool. Oh, it's from Sinnoh Blues, the V101. Fair enough. So you want to do what? Or an Exard? I don't know why the game is weirdly stuttery, but we'll deal with it for now. Alright, so is it random attack Exard stage or random attack Exard Rev 1? Why are the quest names in this so confusing sometimes? Just normal Exard, okay. Exard stage, fair enough. Right, this will not be pretty at this level, but... Yeah, I know I mentioned at the start of the stream that there was issues with restream, so if you do spot any issues with the stream, you know, if the stream dies on either end, just let me know and I'll look into it. Hopefully it'll be okay. I've not played my Huxil much, honestly. To be honest, I haven't played PSO much recently. I've actually whispered been playing a bit of NGS, which is surprising. I know who'd have thought an NGS creator playing NGS. Show Black Papers Deal 2 on stream and try to get last one. I should get last one at some point. Yeah, the event on Clementine for PSU was actually pretty fun. The music in the event quest got very old very quickly, but it was generally a pretty fun quest. I was very close. Don't say the dreaded 3 letters, people will leave. Yeah, on the Discord event I did yesterday, I was asking sort of games people would be interested in, and NGS did come up. But I said that when I have streamed NGS before, roughly half the audience left as soon as I started playing it. It's almost like people don't want to see NGS. I like how when we don't want ruins, we get ruins. It's like the one time that we actually don't want ruins. Yeah, I'm fine restarting if you want to. Mines is just way better. Yeah, I'm fine restarting for mines. It's alright, only a few months before you become a full-time Monster Hunter Wilds streamer. I mean, I will be playing a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds. I am having some withdrawal symptoms since the beta ended. We might actually play Monster Hunter Rise at some point on stream as well, because I realise we haven't played that yet. I've played the game a lot, I just haven't played it on stream. PC definitely had some teething problems. A PSU collab stream with deployable. Road to Ultimate. I don't know how long it'd take me to get to Ultimate really. I think I'm at just above 170. I still find it super weird that Ultimate starts at 190 on common time. He's near S4, okay. You'd be up for playing Rise, but you haven't got the Sunbury. That's fine. What platform's that on, Kilniath? Because I have Rise on Switch and PC, and I've got Sunbreak on PC. PC, fair enough. So hopefully we're going to get Phantasy Star Zero working for this week, for Wednesday, but we'll see. The PC version of Rise is definitely better than the Switch version, yeah. The Switch version, honestly, is mostly fine. It's just there's one area in particular in the game that runs terrible on the Switch. I just downloaded Phantasy Star 1 after seeing Sky stream it the other day. It was really interesting, honestly, playing the original Phantasy Star. Like I said, we will be going back to it as well, so not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. It was kind of jank, and it was kind of funny how a lot of the NPCs just tell you stuff that either makes no sense to you at the time. I will say though, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. The really funny thing was though, was walking outside at the start and just immediately getting annihilated by the first enemies. Even though you're not covering Phantasy Star right now, you still always log in. I think I saw you log into PSO, was it a couple of days ago? Well, we got mines. Care with Lily's next room. Drac acting like it's challenge mode. To be fair, I don't blame him because that is a lot of Lilies. So we'll do the hunter strat and run away. Oof. Oof. Yeah, so about that care with Lilies. You're still racking up the team points for us. Oh, that is great. Yeah, it has been a while since we've done a cave quest, hasn't it? We do also at some point need to try and finish challenge mode. We have been doing Ep 2 challenge mode recently, and we're up to Seabed. It is proving very, very difficult. I should probably use traps at some point. This is what happens when you play Uni World too much. You forget you have traps. There you go, there's one. The lilies are out here no scoping. I don't really know what hit me there. I pick a wood. Oh, I need 46,000 at level. I missed when I only needed that much. Yeah, Drac is not having much luck with these lilies. I'm so dead. Vulma knocked you into Megid. Lay some trap, Sky. I know I'm a terrible android. There you go, there's one. I need to get a dual bird for this character so I can trap shoot easier. You have an interest in playing this? How do you get started? So this server is called Ephinea, which is Ephenia. It should be in the title on Twitch, and I think it's in the YouTube description. Basically go to their website and there's a client you can download, and it's just a case of just registering an account. That's more or less all there is to it. The only thing I will say is that when you first load the game, you might get a virus warning from your PC. For some reason, Windows flags it as like a Trojan or something, but it isn't. It's just for some reason it's a false flag. So yeah, just download the client, make an account on their website, and then you can just install the game and play. It's that simple. Have you ever played PSO before, Zach, or would it be your first time playing? Free runner question. This is the random attack Exard quest. We're doing it to try and find V101 from Sinnoh Blues. You also find it odd how the third form of the Vulma line is such a drastic change from the first two. Yeah, that looks nothing like it. The really interesting thing with the way the Melquakes look is, if you look in the concept art book that I've got, that was originally designed for the Pan Arms. So basically a Pan Arms in the concept art was two Melquakes joined together. So, V101. We got one, boys. Oran is OP. Oran confirmed OP. So we found that for months, and then we literally go on one quest with Oran and find it straight away. Oh, you played PSO episode 1 and 2 back in the day? Oh, cool. Yeah, that's how I started. I started with the GameCube version. This honestly is very, very similar. It's basically the GameCube version with an extra episode on the end and some quality of life changes. I really need to be using traps here because I am not being a good android. The current PSO is so bad. I think a lot of people share that opinion. I don't mind NGS. I have my issues with it, but I do play it most days a little bit. But if I could only have one, I would take this. It's probably the best way I could put it. See, I went to trap there, but the Barons died before I could even get there. It's another game piggybacking off PSO. To be honest, I've said this before, but to me, NGS just kind of doesn't feel like a Phantasy Star. It feels like it's a reasonable enough game, but it just doesn't feel like a Phantasy Star to me. Yeah, this is Ephinea, so that's the server you want to use. There are other servers as well, so don't feel you have to play on this one. I think there is one called Ultima, and there's a couple of others as well. I would say that if you want an experience that's more similar to how the Sega servers were, this is probably the closest. Thanks for a great video. I just now got back into PSO. Wife got me a GameCube and PSO Plus and found me the old keyboard controller. Just started on Stack Serve. Oh, cool. At least you don't get nulled here. Not yet. Not yet. I know like playing Ultima, but Ephinea is usually the most popular one. There were 500 people during the anniversary event. Yeah, it was crazy. I think I saw a max of around about 600, which is insane. It's obviously a lot less now because there's no anniversary event on, but I think when I logged on today, there was about 180 on. Title even confirms that PSO is small font while NGS is the prominent part. I'm guessing the reason they did that maybe is to try and distinguish it from PSO2, but it is strange. It is a strange decision. I still kind of feel that NGS should have been its own thing and not connected to PSO2. But with the way the story is, it does kind of feel like they're trying to link it to PSO2. So yeah, as Nightbot has just posted on the YouTube there, we do have a Discord channel as well. So it should be in the description on YouTube. I'm sure someone could drop a link to it in the chat as well. So we do play games off stream as well, not just PSO as well, we do play other stuff as well. What went wrong? I think a lot of it honestly is... I think for me, one of the issues is that a lot of games focus on like the live service model now. It's just the really popular way the games are distributed now. You know, and I don't think that's just a Phantasy Star thing. I think that's a gaming thing in general. Live service is very popular, unfortunately. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really see why they made NGS. It's kind of a confusing one to me because it took 8 years for them to bring PSO2 over to the West to then essentially replace it with NGS. I kind of don't see the point. I do feel, I've said this a few times, but I do feel that NGS is in a much better place now than it was at launch because its launch was very, very rough. And I would not blame anyone for dropping the game if you were there at launch. It is better now. There is still a long way to go. You've gone through Max Attack Solo Ultimate last night, and Ultimate Sinnohs might be the worst enemy to fight against, especially when there are quests stacking 6 of them in a room. Sinnohs are an absolute menace in Ultimate. Barons can be worse depending on what level you are. Generally, the higher level you are, the worse they are. Yeah, casts are okay against Sinnohs because you can just either confuse them or freeze them. Barons are horrific. I hate this part of the quest because you have to kill all these dub chicks the normal way without the switch, so you have to kill them 5 times each and there's 20 of them. at launch, New Genesis had a pretty severe content drought and server issues. Yeah, I mean, from what I remember at launch, there were a ton of problems with lag. You know, the game was horrific to play. It would be almost impossible to actually fight properly because you would try fighting and your damage numbers would show up like seconds later. It was horrible. And there was also next to nothing to do because you only had Alio. Is there any lore about what mags are? So mags are like a technological device that was developed by Dr. Montague, who's one of the NPCs that you run into in a few quests. They don't really explain exactly what they are, but they basically like harness the photon energy and convert it. The idea is that when you take damage, the damage that goes to your mag is transferred to energy that they use to charge up photon blasts. Don't they talk about mags growing underground or something at some point? I don't remember that, but I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Don't really play NGS much anymore because you realise every time you log on, it'd be spending a few days catching up with new content and then it'd be a crazy grind to min-max new weapons. At the moment, the way it is now, there's basically a new weapon series called Tricelio, and there is like a grind process to find the items to make them, so there is actually something to hunt for at the minute, which does help. Yeah, just having something to actually focus on is nice. Yeah, I do feel with NGS that there is a lot of sort of bandwagon jumping, so a lot of people do just like to, you know, to rip on NGS because they think it's fun to do so. I will say though that, you know, there are genuine issues with NGS and I will highlight them when I feel like they need highlighting. But I also do feel that it's not as bad as some people make it out to be. It's what I would describe as a fine out of 10. It's playable. It's okay. But it could definitely do with some improvements for sure. Sounds better than going for the augment capsules. The augment capsules, I've never liked the augment capsule system in PSO2 or NGS really. I think it's just a kind of a boring grind, to be honest. Yeah, I think that the game itself at its core is pretty decent. I actually do enjoy the combat. It is pretty good. There is actually a limited boss at the minute. They're based on a harder version of one of the Dark Faults fights, and it's really, really fun. It's actually genuinely difficult. I know some people might think that because I'm an NGS creator, I have to sort of stick up for the game, but I will point out faults where I think there are faults. You gave up on NGS as turning it on and getting bombarded with menus and microtransactions. Scratch cards was just sensory overload and made actively enjoyable. Yeah, it's not for everyone. I think a lot of that is just to do with the live service model that is really, really popular in games now, which I don't like myself. I agree with that as well, Nemo. I do feel that the pace of the weapon series were way too fast. They have said they are going to slow it down a bit. So hopefully, now we've got these Tricelio weapons, I would hope that they now don't upgrade again for a while. I also like how they've just dropped their HP revival. It's like worse than a photon drop. We'll leave that there for Tyrell. What lobby are you all on nowadays? So it's Lumbrace, Block 2, Lobby 21. Oh, it's someone we don't know. I got excited there. Oh, someone found a 40-hit Rambling Mare, very nice. Yeah, our Rambling Mare that we weren't hunting for has been stolen. hate how NGS put the story in the gutter. It's unforgivable that it's taken an entire year out to put out a new chapter. Yeah, that is one thing I will pull NGS up on for sure. I hate that the story kind of just meandered around and didn't do anything for months. Then we finally got a good chapter where a lot of stuff happened and really built the story up. And then they just stopped the story, and now we're not getting anything till next year. By which time I will have forgotten what's happened. So yeah, I will pull NGS up on that because that is just not good. For the longest time, cast had no good outfits from scratches. There were literally several scratches in a row where there were no cast parts. They said that they did it because there was no demand for them, which I don't believe. Maybe we can do Principal Tyrell mental breakdown quest. When the duo set dropped after Excellior, no one believed me when I said they'd be dropping the trio set 2 weeks later. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was hoping that after Duo Cellior that we'd be on Duo Cellior for at least a month or two before they dropped Tri-Cellior. I think dropping it after 2 weeks was ridiculous. The good thing is, though, they have made it so you can upgrade straight from Excellior to Tri-Cellior. You don't have to go to Duo Cellior if you don't want to. It costs more materials, obviously, to skip the middle part out, but you can go straight from 1 to 3 if you want to. But yeah, I don't agree with them releasing it 2 weeks later. Vector was doing the Tyrell mental breakdown quest yesterday on Discord. You'd rather quad Cellior? I mean, maybe in another 2 weeks we'll get quad Cellior. Yeah, that Discord thing. Are you referring to the Left 4 Dead mod that he was playing? Yeah, maybe by next year we'll have the Dodecacellior quests. Or Dodecacellior weapons. Yeah, so we did a Discord event yesterday, and one of our members was playing. There's a mod apparently for Left 4 Dead, or Left 4 Dead 2, that puts all PSO weapons into it, and all the enemies are PSO enemies. And NPCs. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was like a fever dream. You should actually wake up and hop on for once. Yeah, it'll probably be Penta next. Yeah, so it'll be probably Quad and then Penta. I don't know how far they're going with the series. I would hope that they just stop at Tri-Cellior for a while now. You know. Maybe add a new weapon that's really rare, that's a little bit better, so people have got something to hunt for. But I don't think there's any real reason to go beyond the Tri-Cellior series yet. There's no real justification for it in game. But we'll see what happens. Could be a Halloween stream. I know, I kind of missed that. Maybe next year. Can't believe Sky got V101 first stream. I know, I can't believe that. This is what I get for bringing it on. It's streamer luck. Yeah, I do like how it was the first run. Literally first room, first run. I did genuinely need another one though, because I only have one on my Uniwell. So having more of them is always a good thing. We can all agree they need non-Cellior. I'll be honest, I don't even watch the NGS headlines most of the time now. You can host Ep2 White Hill. Yeah, no worries, yeah, that's fine. If you want Tyrell's Fragile Eagle, I'm kind of interested to see it, yeah. You know, if we get more than 4, we can just rotate around, so... Fragments of a memory next late ghost for the spooky. Oh, we do have more than 4 actually, don't we? Yeah, we've got 5. Well, whoever wants in, feel free to join. Tyrell's man-child tantrum. You sure you want to sit out, Zale? Like I say, for me, as long as people are sort of rotating around, I'm happy. Hiya, Passion Flint. Reminds me, I had 2 Halloween cookie drops a few days ago. The cookies, they were pretty rare, honestly, so... Yeah, they're either really good for leveling up, or you can use them to, you know, to try and get some more rares, but they are a risk. Hi, Benito. Again, just for anyone who was just joined in recently, just to say that there might be some issues with the stream today. Just the service I'm using to restream to multiple platforms is having some issues. It currently still says I'm offline, so I don't think it's particularly reliable at the minute. Unless this is just all a figment of my imagination. Been pretty good. Haven't played in a few weeks. Dynasty Warriors and Monster Hunter have been my fix. The principal is waiting for me. Is he really? Glad to see you all. We've called you here for a special test. Test to measure the strength of hunters. Are you familiar with this test? I'm going to say no, because apparently this is like a mental breakdown quest and I want to say it. I like the dramatic zoom in. Okay, then let me explain. Earlier, I had you hunters take a test. It was a VR simulator I developed, but I'd like to test you by using it again. However, this time I'd like you to test your true limit. This will happen as you save 10,000 points on your own. The purpose of this test is not only to defeat enemies, but to collect 10,000 points. I want this to awaken you to new important things as a hunters. Plural. Irene will give you more details on this challenge. Please take care from here, Irene. Dramatic camera shift. Yes, sir. Welcome, everybody. We're going to ask you to eliminate enemies once again, but this time the quest will take place in a new simulator. Maximum Attack 2 is the name of the new simulation. Principal has refined the simulator to create this new enhancement. Need more information? No. Let the games begin. Okay, well, he's not having a breakdown yet. Give him time. Yeah, Passion Flame. So last week we did play the Monster Hunter Wilds beta on stream, so feel free to go and check that if you want to see it. I don't know if you managed to try it yourself or... It's quite a long time, at 45 minutes. You saw some pretty rough LOD model stuff with the Monster Hunter beta test. Yeah, some people were really having a bad time with it. It was really funny though, seeing some of the people, you know, with super low poly models. I mean, I managed to run it okay, but I mean, my PC is probably better than a lot of people that were in the beta test. I think a lot of people were having issues, so they really do need to try and fix the optimization for the PC side. I also want them to fix Insect Glaive because I really don't like it anymore. Oh. From here on, there are many roads that lead to the truth. Experience doubt, experience suffering, and discover the truth. Alright. You know they're not going to fix the insect. I know they're not going to fix it. He had a bit of issues with frames and LOD, but it wasn't as bad as some of the clips you saw. Yeah, some people were having terrible luck with it. Which did, but we decided to hold off on trying it until the game comes out. You want the Lance and the Hunting Horn, but this would be great, especially Lance. Yeah, I mean, I tried Lance. I don't know how I feel about it. I think the new counter that it has, like the perfect guard counter, to me, it just didn't feel like it had any real impact to it. Only the truly strong will be able to make it through. Going in as a total noob with Wilds going bow and light bow gun. From what I tried, I wasn't a big fan of bow personally, but I think it is going to be really strong. I really did like light bow gun though. Light bow gun was really fun. I feel like bow is a bit more beginner friendly this time though because of the new tracer arrows. Yeah, honestly, of all the weapons I've tried so far, I think hammer is the one I'm enjoying the most. Sticking with Greatsword, it's a weapon you can use on any generation of Monster Hunter and it hasn't let you down yet. I mean, honestly, I feel like Greatsword's barely changed. It's got a few new things, but it feels very similar to how it's always been for a while. So I think if you've played Greatsword in particularly games like World and Rise, you'd probably feel really at home with it. I will also say that I feel like Longsword feels a bit busted. Which is no surprise because it seems like that's always the case lately. From what you saw and what Vector told you, that maybe the best way for you to go is you never played a Monster Hunter game and you have an affinity for shoot, dodge, shoot. Yeah, so that is basically bow and light bow gun. So light bow gun, unless they've removed it, which I don't think they have, light bow gun has a move where directly after you shoot, if you hit dodge, you do like a slide, so you can slide out the way. So it does have actually really good mobility as well. You're not crazy about the Lance changes, it was slow in terms of motion values. That's kind of how I felt as well. And I did really like Lance in... I didn't mind it in World. I loved Rise Lance with the insta-block counter. Unfortunately, that's gone. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, you know, they need to change the weapons around a bit, otherwise it'll just be the same game over and over again. But yeah, I just don't like how much they've changed Insect Glaive. Insect Glaive has always been my main weapon. And I really do not like what I've played of it so far in Wilds. Also, this music now lives rent-free in my head after playing Phantasy Star 1. I have a feeling I've done this quest before. I kind of recognise it. Having counter guard stuck behind the third attack is so weird. Yeah, I don't like that change either. Also, having power guard on a single button input as well just feels weird. Are the races a PSO invention or were they in the original games? I know that Newmans are definitely in the original games. I'm not 100% sure about casts, but I have a feeling they're in the originals. the Phantasy Star 2 this morning, almost died in your very first fight. Humans, androids, Desorians, and Motavians. Okay. Or Motavians. I think it's the last stream, but you love PSO2's Forest theme, having the short callback to PSO1 Forest. Honestly, there's loads of PSO callbacks in the PSO2 soundtrack. The races exist in 2 and 3, okay. I'm assuming 4 to an extent as well, because it isn't Rika. I mean, I could be wrong, I've never played the game yet, but isn't Rika a human? Humans start on Phantasy Star 2, fair enough. And then androids on 3. The team is just you and Knight. Is it Knight or Nay? I honestly don't know how to pronounce it now. I've always called it Knight, but that's going back to like PSO logic. Near like a horse, fair enough. Yes, I've been pronouncing that wrong for like 20 years then. That's going to take some adjusting. You've always said near like a horse, near, fair enough. What I should do is I should go and look at I should go and look at the Japanese sort of text for the claw and see what he uses, because that might give me an idea how to pronounce it. Just a thing, Passion Flame, just try not to spoil anything about the classic games, just because I haven't played through them all yet. I kind of knew that already because I have seen that, unfortunately, before. But yeah, just be careful on spoilers for the classic games. Just until I've played through them. Where are my naysayers at? Played Monster Hunter for the first time yesterday with Rise and couldn't help but think this is what PSO could have been like if it was in the right hands. Yeah, I like Rise. I'm a bit mixed on the wirebug stuff. I think the wirebug stuff made the combat a little bit too floaty and a little bit too easy. But I still do like the game. I mean, PSO did directly inspire Monster Hunter. I mean, it did. Hi, Bonk. At birthday party, hope you have a good stream. Oh, no worries. Enjoy the party. Also, demo comment is the best. I'll keep using it then. It's always been one of my favorite weapons in PSO, this actually. Phantasy Star 1 to 4 are awesome, especially 2 and 4. I mean, so far, I've only done one stream of Phantasy Star 1, and I've been enjoying it for what it's worth. It doesn't really explain anything very well, but that's kind of half of the course with those kind of games, especially games from that long ago. But I have enjoyed what I've played so far. People have been asking for a little while for me to try the classic games, so I've had very, very little experience of them so far. I tried them several years ago and basically got destroyed by the first enemies and then never played them again. Many things can be gained from the formidable road. Okay. This kind of feels like the Phantasy Star 1 dialogue. Go directly against the steep path to gain ground. You can determine your own path on the road ahead. Del Sabers still scare you. Del Sabers are very scary. If you're doing Spaceship, if you have access to instant kills, they actually have really low dart resists in Ep2. So you can instant kill them quite easily. Also, I've said this before, but Del Sabers are scarier if you're a Force as well. Because they have like a priority thing on their targeting. So they'll, by default, they'll target Forces and male characters more. For some reason. There's only a couple of enemies in the game that do it. I think Del Sabers do it, and I believe Gibbles does it as well. And that's it. I only found that out through the Ephinea wiki. I had no idea they did it either. But yeah, apparently they deliberately target Forces within a certain radius, or male characters. If there's none of those in that radius, they'll target anyone. The coolest thing you'll encounter PSO enemies in the classic games. I'm looking forward to that, honestly. I know there are some enemies that are in PSO that do pop up in the classics as well. Obvious one being Rappies. If you're a female caster, you're invisible. Not exactly invisible, but they're less likely to target you. Sky needs to do a top 10 things you didn't know about PSO. The algorithm loves them. Yeah, with the thumbnail, just me with like a shocked face, like. That's how the algorithm works, isn't it? You know, just pull a ridiculous selfie on the thumbnail. Get all the clicks. Yeah, a shocked face or boobs, yeah. Don't get me wrong, love PSO. It's not like Monster Hunter, it's the better game in my opinion. I feel PSO today would be as big as Monster Hunter if they had a good team behind it. I think PSO for the time did really well with what it was working with. I think now, not so much. I think it is a little bit phoned in now. PSO tier list and rank S as a Silence Claw. That's how you can tell when someone's watched the streams for a while. Speaking of which, this was pointed out to me recently, but apparently in January it's been a year since I started streaming. Also, I got destroyed there. Yeah, Tabakio, I think that for me, I love Phantasy Star obviously, but Monster Hunter is another franchise I've got into more recently, admittedly, but I do feel it's definitely up there with Phantasy Star for me. I think for the more modern games, yeah, definitely the Monster Hunter games are better. Banished from Utopia. It is your fate that you cannot stay in Utopia. You who was expelled from paradise, discover your path in this hardship. Only the gods can determine our fate. To live or die. What the hell is this quest? Is this Tyrell starting to have the existential crisis? God, everything is just annihilating me here. I feel like if they didn't wait as long to introduce the game to the West, it would have been bigger. Microsoft basically made PSO2 more present. Yeah, I mean, it still baffles me that they waited 8 years to bring it over in the first place, and I think it only became over because of Microsoft. But after 8 years, a lot of the people who wanted to play PSO 2 already had on the Japanese side. Ultimately, I think that when it did finally come over here, I just don't think there was as much of a desire for it. I kind of missed the golden opportunity for it, really. All right, I'm up. We're not the market for PSO, our opinions are irrelevant. I mean, to be fair, I would imagine now that... I would assume that a lot of the player base of NGS probably haven't played PSO. That would be my guess. I would imagine that a lot of the people who are playing NGS now are probably just fans of sort of action RPGs and maybe fans of things like gacha games, maybe. I doubt that there's anyone, or I doubt there's many people who are around for the original PSO. A vital experience, yeah, Disco Brahmins from everything. Oh, I don't have Fowler on this mag. I'll sort that out. Looking at Monster Hunter Success, you can tell the player base is there. It's really a shame. PSO has this weird, chill, futuristic vibe that you haven't seen in any other game. It is a very unique sort of atmosphere for the Phantasy Star games, for sure. And particularly for PSO. You know, it's got this very strange aesthetic, really, where it's a very colourful game. But at the same time, it's also, like, thematically, it's very dark. And I don't think there is many other games that have a similar feel to it. That's actually a really good comparison, actually, yeah. It does kind of feel a bit like sort of an 80s or like very early 90s anime. Have a word with yourself, Sky. I'm sorry, look, my Hunua's mag has Fowler on it. This mag I traded for. I'm slightly worried that we're going to Seabed next. This character is really not built for Seabed. Yeah, this is legitimately one of my favourite places in PSO. Central control area in general, but particularly this part here. I think this like captures like the feel of PSO perfectly. That you're in this really scenic, beautiful place, but you've also got the lightning in the distance and everything that's showing you it's still really dangerous. Oh, there is a hidden thing here, actually, yeah. What is this? Only the strong shall prevail and get to the dream land. Proceed if you think you are the one, but the weak shall die. Do you want to proceed? I mean, we've got to say yeah, right? Yeah, I'm proceeding. I am the weak one, though, so I will die. All the Phantasy Star games and the insane drop rate for Soul Eater and Soul Banish. Yeah, the drop rates in Phantasy Star have always been ridiculous. someone on Reddit says that Destiny is PSO modernized. I'll try that one day. I think Destiny definitely borrows some things from PSO. I've never played it myself, but I've seen people play it. There are definitely some things it takes from PSO, but it is obviously a very, very different game. Looking at 1 in 40k on Greeno. Yeah, as someone who's hunted SGS for God knows how many years, I feel you. I agree with that comment about the OST as well. Yeah, I think that the music, particularly in Central Control, does sort of emphasize the area very, very well. It's this really, really serene, like, calming music, but then when you start fighting the enemies, the sort of the drum beat comes in and it just feels a bit more intense and a little bit ominous. And I've always loved that about this area. You would love a remaster, but you also dread Sega. I think most people share that opinion. I mean, I think December next year, like December 2025, I think is the 25th anniversary of PSO. So maybe something around then, maybe. But I don't know how confident I feel about it. Interestingly, they have been doing something with some of the classic games recently. So obviously, we know that they are doing new games for a lot of franchises like Shinobi and Streets of Rage and so on. But they're also delisting a lot of the Genesis games and some of the Dreamcast games as well. Now, that's just linked to that. And some of the games are unfortunate casualties of that, like Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4. We don't know. Or whether they are actually working on something, we've got no idea. I feel like Sega is focused on Yakuza at the moment. I mean, yeah, I think Yakuza and Sonic are definitely the two. They're probably the two big money makers of Sega, honestly. So it kind of stands to reason that they would focus on them. It could also be Corpo Greed, yeah, for sure. Will we get a music event like Sonic did with an orchestra? I would love that. I mean, they have done Phantasy Star orchestras. That has been a thing. There was an orchestra concert called Sympathy, which they've done a couple of times, but it's never left Japan. Crossroads to Destiny. There are two ways you can never go back. Strain your sight and strain your ears. Crossroads of Destiny is here. Laughs in Neo Orchestra being global. I love the Neo Orchestra. I've been to it twice. Thanks for the reminder that we're getting old with the 25th anniversary PSO. No worries. I'm actually surprised I could fit a Sinnoh in here. They're chunky boys, so I'm surprised they fit. That's a nice seabed. It'd be a shame if someone were to bring a Hell special. The stick wiggle, yeah, it's the frantic, you know, get out of freeze. I've got my noise gate set as well, so you normally can't hear things like typing, but for some reason, getting the noise gate to take out the stick wiggle is almost impossible because it's so loud. That and IGG want more people interested in the series. Yeah, I mean, it does feel like the Yakuza series is trying to go more global. Which way should we go? I'm going to go by my PSO logic of if in doubt, go left. Putting the first game on the Switch is shocking. Why is there, like, fireworks coming off people? Am I going to detonate? I mean, it feels that way. I'm scared. Yeah, I am scared. I don't really know what's going on. PSA, don't do stick wiggle if you're using a PS4, PS5 controller. It'll end up causing the stick drift to happen a lot faster. Yeah, at the minute I'm using a 8-bit door controller. It's not overly expensive, so if it goes, I'll always get another one. It's just unfortunate that's the fastest way of getting out of freeze. Well, apart from using the Q freeze, obviously. Nice fishies. Yeah, I'm guessing that maybe when you attack it, emits light and keeps the room light, maybe? This is like a very weird mechanic, but okay. Wasn't there like a shark outside the window in Seabed? I can't remember if it's a shark. I know there's definitely dolphins sometimes. Oh, dude, trying to hit these with this character is near impossible. Probably not the time to be looking for dolphins. Trapping these is quite awkward as well, because sometimes when you trap them, they get trapped for other people in like a state where you can't actually target them. They're a little bit like the slimes. Dolphin, you mean the GameCube? Yeah, it's just a GameCube floating around outside. Can you imagine looking out the windows and there being a seaman? Tying into the hit game Seaman, yeah, the extremely popular game for the Dreamcast, Seaman. Yeah, Seaman mag skin. That would be pretty nightmare fuel, to be fair. Can we see anything out here? I mean, there's a few fish. No dolphins, though. Oh, GameCubes. Destroy all enemies in this room within 19 seconds while I'm busy looking for dolphins. This is why bringing me on these quests is never a good thing. Oh, I don't like that. I think Drac mentioned this room on Discord, actually. This is fairly terrible. GTA 1. So this is a camera view. Yeah, this is awful. Like, trying to actually hit things. Am I invulnerable at the minute? Just kind of feel that way. Yeah, this is pretty evil. Honestly, just trying to line the shots up is actually harder than it looks. Just feel like we're invincible for this room, so it isn't as much of a challenge when you can't get hurt. Maybe that was what we had to clear that room for. So in the last room, it said we had to clear it in 19 seconds. So maybe it's if you clear it in 19, you get invincibility for the next room, maybe. Oh no. Oh no. There is traps, by the way. Door to the end. You who open the door. You can head along the road that leads to the end. I still don't know what you mean. I'm inevitably going to set some of these traps off. Deliberation of the truth. You who cannot pass this deliberation, you who do not deserve to know the truth. I think someone needs to go and check on Tyrell. He's either gone in his depression arc or he's smoked some weird stuff. Tyrell lighting up the photon crystal. Touch of absolute nothing. Absolute nothing lies in a solid touch. Feel out senses repeatedly. I'm as lost as you are now. It said touch nothing, so I'm guessing, do we not touch that? That ominous ball, which looks a bit familiar to the fragments of a memory ghost, so let's not talk anymore about that. Happy 420, Tyrell. Yeah, tell the principal to stay away from the ragdoll weed. It was a bit of a Gibbles jump scare, wasn't it? So after all that of them telling you not to touch things, you went and touched it anywhere. You were glowing. Sorrowful parting with awe. The allowed time is 3 minutes. Unless you defeat all shadows closing on you, disaster will befall you. That sounds slightly ominous. Got consumed by the Dark Fowl's urge to touch it. Oh, we got a Brevis. I know we only have 3 minutes, but I'm picking rares up. and a Club of Zumiuran as well. Gibbles, he's from France. It's enunciated Gibbles. Or Gibbles. Was that the curse? Maybe it was, yeah. I mean, it did say disaster will befall you, so I guess disaster is getting a Club of Zumiuran. Just seek healing, just escape from pain. Reckless penance is not rational. We really need to send out a search party for Tyrell because things are not going well. This is a bad translation, like they took the whole phrase then put it through a bunch of different languages. It feels that way. There is some weird sparkles in the air, which is lovely. There is also fire dropping to the ground. I had to do it. Disaster is adding another year to the SGS hunt. I don't think there's any risk of that anyway. I think that's going to happen anyway. Frustration to eternity. That's tower. The allowed time is 3 minutes. If you destroy all shadows closing on you, the counter value will return as rest. I don't know what you mean, Tyrell. He's just talking shit now, foaming at the mouth. I think we said on Discord yesterday, it's probably because we've done TTF so much and he's so sick of us defeating Falts and, you know, effectively killing, well, you know, killing Rico's link with Falls. He's so sick of going through that he's just lost the plot now. Very earnest loitering. The one who is earnest will take a detour, and the one who is unserious will go straight. I mean, I'm earnest. I took a detour for those boxes. Let's be fair though, we are pretty unserious. I love this really sad music as well. I get the impression it's probably meant to link with what Tyrell's telling us, but because the translation is so bad, it doesn't really work. What should this floor be called, sir? Tyrell takes long drag. Let's put something about vague adjectives and darkness. I am kind of expecting it to say all the base belong to us. There is an epsilon here, by the way. Run. I mean, I'm cool running. Calm before the storm. No further details. There's also a Durandal there. We need time for last room. Oh god, yeah, we only have 6 minutes, actually. Now proceed, you warrior. When you knock off all the pouring dark, pain, sorrows, bitterness, and rigours all will feed glory. Why is it now playing the music that plays when you defeat Falls? Our work here is done. Yeah, you warrior. Yeah, congratulations, you played a great game. You are the hero. I do almost nothing to these. I am quite underleveled for this. Ominous computer. Yes, I am ready. Congratulations, simulator now shutting down. Teleport to the city now active. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to, you know, spawn something. Good job, hunters. That was quite the battle. You can receive your reward from Irene. Good job. Neath, your total is 460 points. We got some lucky tickets. I kind of feel like Irene is actually the principal's carer now, because there is clearly something going on there, Tyrell. Are you okay? You don't seem okay? He's the last enemy. Yeah, Tyrell is the final boss. Well, that was certainly an experience. I did enjoy his mental breakdown. I don't know why I'm taking these. I'm not exactly going to keep them. Of course it has 40 dark, because why wouldn't it? Let's deposit that V101 while we can as well, because I'm inevitably going to accidentally team point it. We were breezing through Seabed. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you were basically carrying me because I was contributing almost nothing, but... I was moral support. Maybe if I just stare into the middle distance, they'll all go away. How long does level 81 SD last for? I'm actually not sure. I think 81 is like 12 minutes. Okay. 10 to 12 minutes. Receive 1,000 Mazetta. Thank you. Have you done Mines Offensive yet? I don't think I have. Yeah, it does seem like kind of a scam. 1,000 Mazetta for clearing that. Needed literally one enemy. It'll be that Epsilon that we didn't do. Mine Offensive is the most offensive quest. It's horrible. We won't be able to finish it. Is it sort of Twilight Sanctuary bad? Fragments of a memory, like, okay. Say no more. Maybe the real Hunters Guild reward were the friends we made along the way. I mean, it must be, because 1,000 Mazetta certainly isn't. So what boost is it this week? Is it Rare Enemy Week? Okay. The real Mazetta reward is the breakdowns we get along the way. So, I mean, if there's anything that anyone wants maybe from Condrieu, I guess we could try doing Condrieu. Yeah, I'm down to do White Condrieu, yeah. Yeah, today's stream, I wasn't sure if we were going to play PSO or PSU. I was hoping that the PSU new player experience would be up, but no such luck. Let's try proccing the extra spawns on PLD. Yeah, I'm fine doing that. I'm cool doing either Oron or Whitehall. Yeah, no worries, gone. Oron Lucky ID, we should try it. Fair enough. Check the tables. Go on then. Let's see, what have we got? So we get Invisible Guard from Booters, that's good. Heavenly Battle from Dawthorns. V801 from Zoos. Curse Cloak from Pyrogorons. Cincesta from Gerta Blue Loot. Rupika from Sam Million. and Lame from Conjure. Yeah, since this from Gutter, easy. Yeah, we can do Aaron then, for a change. You got an ad jump scare, I'm so sorry. I've mentioned it before, but yeah, if the ads do get too obnoxious, just let me know. I've set in sort of the balance setting, apparently it's meant to be still reasonably decent for people. If it is too much, let me know. Well, I will make an Ep 4 game then. I mean, the boss is going to absolutely destroy me because I think the laser beam one-shots me at this HP. But, you know, we do it anyway. I've seen some streamers have a plugin that alerts the streamer when ads are incoming. That could be really useful, actually. I think you can see on Twitch on the Twitch dashboard, but the problem is when I'm streaming, I've basically got my OBS on one monitor and the game on the other one. So for me to bring up Twitch as well is kind of awkward. I'd probably need like a third monitor to be able to do it properly. Stay on first chamber of the boss, try to merge him when he comes back. I mean, you are asking a lot when I have no attack power whatsoever. But yeah, I think it is probably better for me to stay in the center area though, because the beam will just kill me. Would be worse if you had 2.2k HP. I mean, that would also be bad, yeah, for the tornadoes. I actually still have really bad armor. I do have some more armor on one of my characters for it. I need to switch it over though. I don't know why I had no weapon equipped. That's really odd. It's slightly concerning. I don't think anything's missing though. Need D part. Yeah, I don't have it yet. I think I do have a spare 13 somewhere. I just need to find it. You're watching some of Ziggy streams yesterday, and he waits in the middle of the arena for the boss to come back and then mag blast him with the dolphin. Yeah, there is a way to basically shortcut the boss with Estella. You do need really high evade to do it though. You can technically one-shot the boss if you have high enough evade, but you need to basically stack evade like crazy. You have zero knowledge of Ep 4 though. Is 1151 enough? I'm not sure. I can't remember what the amount you need is. I mean, you should do really good damage. Yeah, basically the way that Estella works, the damage kind of is influenced by your evade. Satisfy both high evade and dolphin conditions. I need the P1s. You can go get it now, Jack, if you want. Gonna head off. Have a great rest of the stream. Like, I know worries, dude. Thanks for dropping by as well. I say we'll probably be doing hopefully Phantasy Star Zero on Wednesday, and then next weekend stream we might maybe do some PSU, maybe. Yeah, hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and yeah, hopefully see you midweek. I appreciate that, dude. PS0 sounds like a fun stream. For context, I've done one video of Phantasy Star Zero because it's a game I never played when it released. I didn't have a DS. I did one stream of it, well, one video of it to experience the game. I have not touched it since the video, so I'm really, really low level. So I'm still very much new to Phantasy Star Zero. So that should be entertaining, I guess. Yeah, apparently there is still a way to play it online, multiplayer, so I'm looking into it at the minute, trying to get it all set up. We'll just run normal difficulty and progress Age Zone. I can't remember what level I got to in the video now. I know it was still really low. I basically did the first boss of the story, and I think that was about it. Probably 5. Yeah, I think 5 sounds about right. The damaged sponge octopus, it was awful. I really did not enjoy that boss fight. There's 3 first bosses, 1 for each race. Oh yeah, I remember you saying actually that the start of the game is different depending on what race you choose. Which is really cool, I really like that. Oh, another banner. Foil level 30 disc. Not bad. I don't think you really use Foil much at high level. Mainly, what, Final Phase Dark Falls, and that's about it. Yeah, it's basically Dark Falls slaying disc, yeah, that's it. At least you didn't start with the genuinely challenging dragon like Hugh does. Need to double check whether my save is on the actual DS card or your PC. I suppose it doesn't matter too much because even if you don't have a save, we're all super low level anyway. I think as long as someone has beaten the story, we should be alright. You wonder if anyone has all level 30 discs. I'd imagine someone does, but I very much doubt anyone has found them all. Oh, we got a Masashi. No hit though. Level 30 Ryuka. Yeah, imagine if Ryuka had levels. Can you imagine how disappointing it would be if you finally get your first level 30 tech disc drop? It's super rare and it's Ryuka. There's buttons on the side rooms, okay. That was extremely rude hitting me after I just healed. Yeah, so there's 2 switches down here. I don't know if I've ever actually done the extra paths. And the idea was that 2 people went each way. We need 2 people to go on the switches at the south and 2 people to go on the switches at the north. Yeah, so other 2 go south. There should be 2 switches for you to step on. The rent must be low here in Korea. Yeah, that landlord from the side story clearly hasn't got here yet. The PSO side story series, by the way, that will probably be about every 2 weeks as well. I'm not sure what these are. I mean, they're clearly from Pioneer. I don't think it ever really suggests what they are, whether they're just like research places or... I don't think they're houses because the residential area on Ragol was around the Central Dome. But I don't know what they are. I'm assuming maybe mining equipment. Nuclear silos. Yeah, that's why there's a crater in the middle of the place. Pioneer 1 actually accidentally created nukes. And to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me given everything else Pioneer 1 did. Stark, please. Speaking of nuclear silos, would the Helldivers be able to take on Darkfalls? I mean, surely they would try for democracy. Does Darkfalls have oil? Are you suggesting that there is an ulterior motive to the Helldivers? Other than glorious democracy? Terminator farmed as fuel. Yeah, he has oil. That's why he shines in phase 3 when he's invincible. He's just covered in an oil slick. And the bot's a slave labor. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, that does not surprise me at all. It's canon. Speaking of Helldivers, there was that wasn't there a Starship Troopers game that launched recently as well? Which obviously Helldivers is very, very heavily inspired by. Never tried it because I'm pretty sure it's a first-person shooter and I'm generally not that interested in FPS games, but I did like Starship Troopers though. Crater is the closest that PSO 1 will get to Starship Troopers. I kind of feel like Helldivers is sort of... It's obviously heavily inspired by things like Starship Troopers, but I think probably maybe inspired by Warhammer a bit as well. Feels that way to me anyway. Falspawn and PSO2 kind of look like bugs. Yeah, it depends on which Falspawn it is. The Falspawn in PSO2 kind of change their appearance based on what Dark Faults sort of commands them. So I know quite a lot of the bug ones in PSO2 are based on Apprentice. Very little on Warhammer. I mean, I was thinking more 40k. Because the Terminids in particular, the Terminids are very, very similar to the Tyranids from 40k. Even the name's similar. Yeah, they do look like the bugs from Starship Troopers as well, definitely. It just happens that those bugs also look like Tyranids from 40k. Asked your friend, PSO2 friend a while ago, but what is up with Darkfall's double? Darkfall's double is wild. I think... So the reason that Darkfall's double looks the way it does... Obviously, it tends to look very sort of childlike, and its like major form looks like a toy castle or something. I think the main reason for it is because the hosts of double are both children. So because of that, like false sort of plays on that. So everything that double does is kind of childlike. To the point where in the story PSO2, double kind of considers all the other races to be toys that just wants to play with. That's kind of how double just operates, because it's based on like the ideals of a child, I guess. Probably, yeah. So it's basically like the humanoid form of it is two twins that are both children. It's kind of strange PSO2 in that it has, you know, loads of different versions of Dark Falls. I do kind of like how they've all got their own different personalities. Makes them all very different bosses as well. PSO2 lore is something else. Yeah, PSO2 lore is incredibly confusing. I would say I would do a lore video, but I would struggle myself to understand the lore of PSO2. I like how you went up there just to check. There are switches somewhere. There is a room over here. Is there a good Dark Falls that's called like Light Rise or something? I mean, the only thing I can think of that's even remotely similar is... So obviously you've got the Profound Darkness. There is another entity in Phantasy Star called... I think it's called the Astral Light or something like that. But it's not necessarily good. The enemies here are too much for us to handle. Right, okay, so let us do it. Can't have anything nice in Phantasy Star. No, apparently not. I can't see any switches. Maybe it's a time thing? It's been so long since I've done the full version of this quest, I can't remember how you get through there. Maybe just too slow. Unless there's a hidden switch somewhere that we've missed, but can't see one. That's true, Meow is nice. This is where it turns out that like Meow is like the host for the worst evil the world has ever known. And I'm just blissfully ignorant. We've gone to desert, by the way, Drax, so... I mean, that is true. She's a cat. I mean, cats are basically the epitome of good and evil at the same time. Depending on how they're feeling. I was watching a streamer earlier, and I think he was playing Red Dead Redemption. And just halfway through the stream, his cat just jumped on him and just completely prevented him from playing the game. Cats are needy assassins. There's a video of this guy playing a horror game and his cat jump scared. Anything not a human that moves gets nommed. So I think we can go south after this room, I believe. So yeah, I think I mentioned this on Discord, but I am off work this coming week, so I'm hoping to do a few things for the channel, so I'm hoping to try and figure out some more Twitch redeems for you guys. Oh, it was previous room, fair enough. Yeah, I'm aware there isn't that many Twitch redeems at the minute, it's a lot of the default ones, so I'm going to try and think of a few I can add. I'm also looking into things like TTS options that are not too intrusive. Thank you for the hydrate. Alright, time to get destroyed. You forgot you had that power. Ugh, is it Shambaton? Oh. No one wants this boss. Just remove this boss from the game. Kind of wonder if it's possible to mod it before into the GameCube version. I'm honestly no idea. I'm gonna get destroyed here. Told ya. Please, I just want to heal. I think people have modded ISOs for Dolphin before. I'm not really familiar with modding them, to be honest, so... I mean, it's clearly possible to mod in some degree, because there is that return to Ragdoll ROM hack, isn't there? So I will stay in the center, because I will get one shot. And I will pretend to be useful. Yeah, so that beam I'm pretty sure is a one-shot for me at the minute. I can try doing Dolphin on him when he comes back here. Looks like you're out until technical issues are resolved. Game runs really sluggish and choppy. Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, I guess it lets you enjoy the rest of you, but we'll get you level 200 next time you're on. Just waiting for me to do the beam. Will it hit? Who knows? I think it missed. I think he did the little juke. He's got this really irritating thing where he kind of ducks underground slightly. And he tends to time it perfectly. Just use all the Photon Blast on him, why not? Didn't from an update to OS a few days ago or from the latest Ephinea update. I mean, at the beginning of the stream in particular, it did feel like it was running a little bit worse for me. But I don't know if an OS update would affect it as well. I'm not even sure what I could suggest really to try and get it to run better. I have the obvious uninstall and reinstalling, but how'd you get a scale? Ah, cool. Yeah, so will it kill? The answer to that is no. It will not. Little tip if you're trying to make money in PSO, when you're picking things up, prioritize armors and shields. I think most new serve-based PSO servers can apply patches to GameCube. That Return to Raggle ROM hack does sound really interesting. I don't think it's for me personally because I enjoy grinding for rare stuff, as you can probably tell. But for people who just want to sort of get into PSO and play around with some of the rarer stuff and get it a little bit easier, I think it's a really cool idea. Let's face it, not everyone has 20 years to try and find something. Yeah, you can see most of these armors here are selling for like between 4,000 and 7,000, so I'm going to assume that's 4 slot. Yeah. And same for that one. Yeah. They also sell for more if they have slots as well. Ephinea does have the sandbox mode, yes, that's another way you can do it. The downside of sandbox is obviously you can't play with anyone that's on non-sandbox. Well, the dolphin did hit. It did 600 damage. I tried. Couldn't tell why it didn't die though. Yeah, 350 HP left. Yeah, so he cheated. I mean, to be fair, you know, 0% synchro. I mean, what do you expect? Let's just try and fix that a bit. I wonder if it's like a health gate, a bit like the dragon has. I know that the Ephinea boss does have one. I don't know if it's at that low health or if it's a bit higher. If you don't know what I mean, basically on the dragon, for example, when you've knocked it down, when you do so much damage to it, you'll notice its health bar just won't go down anymore. It's because its health is locked and can't go below a certain amount while it's down. Waiting for the weapon shop to sell you a charged Vulcan with a hit. I'm still waiting for that as well myself. I bought most of mine. Well, no luck with Conjure, unfortunately. But it's always the case. You get rare enemy weak and no rare enemy shot. That's just how PSO is. So what else was in this RBR again? Let's do Redry Endless Episode 1. Oh, hi Minsk. All cookies if Minsk is here. How's it running, Minsk? Any better? Oh, you still having issues? Oh, it sucks. I know it did update before I logged on, so unless it is something in the update that's affecting you. There was something about DirectX and a DLL. It could be worth asking on maybe on the Ephinea Discord, see if anyone else has the same problems. Hopefully we can get it sorted out because we need to get it to level 200 at some point. Day of the update, you couldn't get the game to launch without having the issue of the bottom 20-ish pixels being cut off. That's super weird. Yeah, it's run okay for me. I mean, it does feel slightly choppier for me, but not massively. So maybe it is something with the Ephinea update. It's still totally playable for me, but I wonder if it is something they've introduced with that latest patch. Or we can do White Exile Episode 2. I'm happy doing either Red Rhea Endless or White Ep 2. Ephinea dropped the unreduced frame drop special. Yeah, the update no one wanted. Yeah, down tech the frame rate, yeah, exactly. Negative % frame rate attribute. You play one more if there's no one else, then go for dinner then. We have done episode 1 today. We did Exard at the start of the stream. It's been a few hours, Drac, to be fair. We have done all episodes, yeah. Which is unusual, actually. Well, I'm happy doing, if you want to do endless episode 1, I'm fine doing that. Don't do it very often, so... Do you want me to get my funny wall for it, or...? Don't know how to set it up. I can't remember. Is it a category that just says endless? Yeah, so you just make an episode 1 ultimate game as normal. I think there's a category or a quest somewhere that says endless episode 1. Endless quest type, fair enough. You think it's under extermination? Yeah, I genuinely can't remember. It's not often we do it, so... If you've never seen the Endless Quest before, basically the way it works is each area that you go to, you get a certain goal you've got to do. Now, Endless Nightmare is a different thing, so Endless Nightmare are extermination quests, but this is actually a quest type called Endless. It basically gives you different tasks and, like, objectives you've got to do for each room. So it might say, like, clear the next room without healing, or clear the next room in 20 seconds. I could see a game for gold there, so I'm assuming that's probably Nemo looking for it. So yeah, for this week while I'm off, I think the plan is, as I say, we'll do Phantasy Star Zero hopefully on Wednesday, and there will be a video, PSP2 video as well this week, as usual. I'm going to try and do an extra video this week as well. When I upload it though, I probably won't alert subscribers for it because it won't be a Phantasy Star video, and I don't want to spam people with notifications. So this is avoid losing Mazetta, so basically don't use charge. So the video will probably be a Monster Hunter video, probably talking about the latest beta test for Wilds and just my impressions of it. As we get closer to the Wilds launch, I will be doing more Monster Hunter content gradually, so that will go up at some point during the week. I'm not sure what day yet, but I will post on the Discord when that goes up as well. You have clips from the stream during the video. Yeah, I mean, the video for that will basically be like a VOD of the stream, and me just talking over it. Avoid death. I mean, that sounds like good advice in general, to be fair. Death is bad for your health here. I would not recommend it. Yeah, avoid death drops 4 sinners. I mean, avoid death in Ultimate Minds is asking a lot. Somebody started watching who's doing a Road to Wild, and he's doing playthroughs of all the games in order with summary impressions after each game. They're pretty good. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, obviously my experience with Monster Hunter is a lot more limited than Phantasy Star. This room is avoid taking damage, by the way. So for me, I actually got into Monster Hunter. The first one I played was a demo of Freedom Unite. I have also played a little bit of Generations on the 3DS, which I thought was awful, mainly because of the 3DS controls, because I didn't have a Circle Pad Pro, so it was kind of horrific using any of the range weapons. I played a little bit of Generations Ultimate on the Switch, but my main entry point really was World, so I am a new Monster Hunter fan. I want to know that. You're playing the first Monster Hunter, and my god, that third or fourth quest where you have to carry the egg without breaking it, you stop playing. Yeah, the egg quests in Monster Hunter are horrific. Avoid healing in Ultimate Ruins. Great. Well, trap spam time then. Another is egg quest in World, but another World one's nowhere near as bad. Game is like, new player, getting used to it, here's a Rathalos. Next room is avoid using traps. Thankfully, the objectives don't stack between rooms. That would be horrendous. Ooh, avoid healing, and I am on 60 health. That was not me healing. I think that was a mag heal. Yeah, so unfortunately I got a penalty for that, which was completely out of my control. That did count, yeah. That feels slightly unfair, but yeah, here we go. Avoid death and also try and defeat enemies within 75 seconds. Where is that Alan going? Just unequip the mag. That's kind of the only way to avoid it, really, yeah? My trap shooting game is very weak. Exactly, I mean, why would you want to lose the Ratty drip? Ratty's not even that good a mag, but I think pretty much everyone uses it just because it looks cool. At the end of the day, isn't that the most important thing? You know, drip is life. PSO fashion game, yeah. Oh, we got the bonus, nice. Yeah, the delay on mechs is pretty bad. Avoid healing, by the way. Pay no attention to the barons. Yeah, it does seem to spawn the worst enemies when you ask you not to heal. Speaking of which. I think if you get a penalty, I think it just reduces the amount of time that you get for the next stage. The idea is you just keep on going until you run out of time. Avoid losing Mazetta. At least you're allowed to die when avoiding healing. I'm honestly not sure if the revives count as a heal. I mean, it kind of makes sense that it would, because you are getting healed. But I genuinely don't know. Yeah, joke's on you, I don't have any Mazetta. Really do not like Sinnohs. Solution to make gun delay, just get hit. Yeah, you get animation cancelled by getting hit. Avoid death. Depends how many ob lilies there is, really, doesn't it? For ultimate, what causes the gill chicks to stagger and fall? As far as I'm aware, I think every time you hit them, they have about a 20... It's either a 20 or 25% chance to fall over. Which is why if you use mech guns, they fall over quite often. But yeah, it's not like normal hard or very hard where they fall over every hit. Unfortunately. Avoid death surrounded by mirror carols. I didn't see what the requirement was there because my screen blocked it from changing weapon. No healing, fair enough. I love how ultimate sinners do not give any shits about being hit, they just tank it and keep walking. Why isn't there no range weapons or no melee weapons? That'd be more interesting. That would be pretty cool. We got a penalty from cast healing. Is that really true? We didn't there, thankfully. That would be really funny though if cast regen affected it. Oh, yeah, mag did it, yeah. So my mag causes to get a penalty. Yeah, I didn't hear no damn bell. So avoid healing on Dowrelly. Good start. I like how the response to that is, oh, I can't heal, so I'll just spam Berserk. I mean, it works. So the interesting thing about the endless mode is it actually does laps. So every so often you get a boss and then you actually lap back around. And you just keep going for as long as you want, basically. Who would win, Lana Del Rey or a golden toothpick? I think everyone has like their own nickname for their role. Lana Del Rey, Derry Lee, whatever you want to call them. Daryl Strawberry. 4 drop though. Dirolololololol. It's a pretty interesting type of quest, this. I think it's kind of based on PSO 2. Avoid losing Mazetta. There was an endless mode in PSO 2, yeah. I don't know if it worked exactly the same way. I didn't replay it a great deal, to be honest. I do remember a mode in PSO 2 where you basically ran through different areas. Love Endless on PSO 2, it's great. I never really did it a lot. I think I did it a couple of times, but... Yeah, I mean, I did play Japanese PSO2 quite a bit. I played that pretty much from the second alpha test. Which is probably why when it came to the West, I just never really was interested in playing it because I'd already played it for like 8 years. Avoid healing. I hit you, I know, but let's pretend you didn't. I did not know that Twitch has built-in autocorrect on chat. I didn't know that. Shows how often I actually chat on Twitch. I lurk most of the time. Avoid taking damage. That could be difficult in mines. That one lonely hill belt. I see you, Sinnoh, chilling on the roof. Oh wait, yeah, does Psycho Wand actually... Does that cause penalties for the avoid taking damage? That's actually really funny if that's the case. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can berserk either. Yeah, I'm not sure anymore if it counts or not. We've got 7 penalties, so maybe. Avoid death, defeat enemies in 60 seconds. I'm not really sure what was going on with that Rappy, but just looked like it was having an existential crisis. Maybe it saw what Tyrell was typing in that last quest. He did not want to fight, no. That's Tyrell syndrome. Avoid taking damage. We all know that's not going to happen. Need Easter egg one, challenge comes up, cease forest. Yeah, so about not taking damage. Wonder why they never have that as an incentive to things for increased drops during events. Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting. You have a system snapshot for November the 3rd and are restoring to it. Should rule out anything on your end since you last played November the 4th. Now, hopefully it sorts things out for you. But we need to get you to 200 at some point. Ow. Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm not really a big fan of Anguish myself. I don't really play it. I mean, to be honest, at this level, this kind of feels like Anguish anyway. what do you mean you don't like to suffer, you hunt SGS? I mean, that is very true. Yeah, Anguish 1's not too bad. It's doable. Our slimes are worth splitting. I guess it is rare in the week, so... What does, Oh, yeah, it's a red ray game, isn't it, of course? I was thinking it was white elf for some reason. Yeah, definitely split slimes then. Casual stream Lavis drop? What happened? Need a second one. Is that to go with your 2 Heaven Punishers and 2 Psycho ones? I mean, why not have the full collection, you know? Avoid death. Spawns Darkbringer. Wonder how many times you can encounter falls through this. I'm not sure. I mean, I think it just keeps going until you run out of time, I'm guessing. Hugseal dagger animation is so good. Actually being able to land the 3rd hit of daggers is unheard of with other characters. Yeah, avoid death, room full of Epsilon. You laugh at the dual saber animation with the initial flick of the first one. Yeah, it's kind of weird, the Hugseal double saber animation. I do have a random Gladius with me. Oh, you mean dual saber as in, like, Musashi? Avoid taking damage on the dragon. 2 swords, yeah. Yeah, so you can see the dragon's health there is kind of stuck at that point. So it's got like a HP lock where you physically can't take its health any lower. It's still worth attacking it though with Hunters and Rangers because you can still build PB from it. Character just does like a flick of the wrist for the first attack that looks dainty as heck. I think, is that for the male animation? Yeah, because for the female one, the first hit is just the, like a sideward slash. RIP Silly Dragon. Use 4-man melee so much you feel you build more PB. Okay, we now have an intermission. So every now and again you get an intermission where you can stock up. You now get penalties though added, so we now get a reduced invincibility chance. So the idea is that like, every lap you do, it gets a bit harder. Intermission, where's the popcorn? After all this time clearing that dragon, you've yet to see Arena 5 drop. Really? I think I've seen a couple drop. And we've got about another 25 minutes of stream or so I'm happy to do another lap if you want. One more lap then finish, fair enough. Remember in 2001 listening to the song on Pioneer, and that's what made me want to play the rest of the game. PSO soundtrack is super underrated. It's got one of the best soundtracks in games, I think. Oh, that is dirty dropping things there. He knew exactly what he was doing. I think is Drac gone? Well, I'm gonna go. Sure. Okay. You got teleported to the lobby. But now you're back in here. That's super weird. I've seen other people get the drop, just not yourself. That's my experience with this, Jess. Twice. It's not lobby, it's the waiting room or limbo. Could be limbo. Higher level, I'll probably use Berserk more, but I don't really have health to risk it at the minute. Avoid healing. I think we've had this room before. Just remembered you found the Poison Lily Laugh in House of the Dead too, the flying bat boss things. It wouldn't surprise me if they reuse the assets. I love the Poison Lily Laugh. It's so good. Maybe I set that as a sound alert. So every time I get PD by a Gigi, you can just play that. Put male sound effect for bit donations. Yeah, that could be another one as well. And to be fair, we've already got the rare drop noise for certain notifications, so may as well distract me even more. Don't do that. You have that as your notification tone. So every time someone does a bit donation, Killing you have to check his phone. Oh, Heavenly Battle. Avoid losing Mazetta. When you first started college, the AC in the room you were in sounded just like a Volop's laser pointer sound before he does the slams. It was uncanny. Yeah, I do want to work on the streams a bit, mainly for the Twitch side. Just to make it a bit more interesting for you guys. Just so you got some things to do with the channel point redeems and the bit redeems. Because I have noticed recently that I think... I'm going to make a bit of an assumption, but I think most people watch on Twitch now. I know there are still some people who watch on YouTube as well, but I would say more people tend to watch on Twitch. Avoid healing, defeating within 75 seconds. Redeem for fake rare drop sound. I mean, we actually have the rare drop sound on some redeems already. Yeah, I never know the meta for using traps on slimes, because I know that you sometimes use traps to instantly kill them. I don't know what instantly kills them and what splits them. Again, I tend to play Hugh well, so cast is still kind of new. Yeah, no worries, Drac. Yeah, if you could, that'd be great. Oh, you drop damage traps on the spawn point to kill them. Okay. Did not look at all what the requirement was for this room. Yeah, considering how much I played PSO, I played this for thousands of hours. I haven't spent that much time with casts. I think the highest cast I've ever had is about... I think I got a Hue Seal to about 130 or so. That was about it. As much as I've played this game, honestly, I would say seriously about 75% of my play time is with Hugh Newell. It's the only use you have with the fire trap. Yeah, the fire traps are really not that useful. Avoid healing. Useful in it for tons of enemies with low fire resist. Did they actually do decent damage though? Because I know when I've used them in like F1 and 2, the damage seems really low. Is that actually much of a difference? No. Good fit in scare drappies. Yeah, I guess so. Avoid death. I see lilies. Lilies have a really weird hitbox when you're really close to them. Yeah, they're really weird for the hitboxes, so sometimes they have a hitbox on like the flower part and then another one on like the bottom of the root. It's avoid losing Mazetta, by the way. But then sometimes it goes back to one hitbox. It is really weird. That is not the way I intended to attack, but okay. It is really hit or miss. Like, sometimes it will just one-shot. That Golvan will literally just like get down Mr. President and save me from that Lily. Speaking of weird things, entering a room and having your attack do nothing. Especially in rooms you have to walk up pretty far to actually target something. Yeah, it's a weird thing with how the rooms are, particularly in episode 1. Avoid losing Mazetta enveloped. Yeah, it's really strange. Like, if you're just in the room, you won't be able to hit anything. But the enemies will be able to hit you. This is where I missed not being on my Hunu well, because I'd quite like to use the Gazonda glitch. Indie Barrels and Barons love to have things go through doors. Sometimes the Sinnohs will glitch as well, like occasionally Sinnohs can manage to get into the corridors. It's really rare it happens, but they can do it sometimes. Enveloped is such a joke. Yeah, Baron's missiles can go through the doors as well. Lily Megid can also do it occasionally as well, yeah. Which is why if you're trying to avoid Lily Megid and you're running back into the corridor to escape it, you need to run a little bit further in than you would normally. Because the Megid will follow you into the corridor a little bit. And as for Pan Arms, Pan Arms have the most broken range attacks in the game. Occasionally Pan Arms will just hit you from several rooms away. Delbiters can sometimes do it as well. So you can see there, like, the target on the Lily is actually on the root part. Pan Arms can actually hit things. Yeah, they have range attacks. They always follow the same pattern, Pan Arms. They basically spawn, shuffle around a bit, fire like a red long range beam, shuffle around a bit more, do a blue spread shot, and then split. Yeah, they either hit you in a different game or miss spectacularly. Avoid death. I really need some more hit weapons. I don't think you've ever been hit by a Pan Arms, just thought they make noises in the light show. It does actually hit you, so the beam, it does actually do quite a bit of damage. But it's super predictable and really easy to dodge. But when I mean they can hit you in other rooms, I mean they can hit you in other rooms. I think it's a glitch, I don't think it's meant to happen. It tends to happen quite often in TDF. There's a room at the start of caves with, I think, 3 Pan Arms, and sometimes those Pan Arms will hit you like 3 rooms away. They need some pan legs to move into a position to hit you. But yeah, generally you won't get hit by pan arms. It is very rare. There's also some instances where Vulcans will get 2 hits off instead of 3. There's also a weird thing with guns where sometimes your bullets will come from a different direction. You can kind of fix that with, I think Smart Link fixes it. I got a sacred cloth. Oh, cool. You saw an effect that was fought and you just used twins. Oops, Scar got ahead in the battle. Avoid taking damage. Not happening. Told you. Yeah, the Phantom bullets exactly, yeah. It tends to happen if you switch to mechs and shoot really quickly. Oh, there you go. It actually did it there. I don't know if you could see that, but I'll try and get it to do it again. Yes, my bullets came from a different direction there. It doesn't always do it, but yeah, now and again it'll come from a different direction. Yeah, it's called bullet slingshot, yeah. 4 HP, no big deal. $10 penalties, oof. Avoid losing Mazetta, defeat enemies in 60 seconds. It did it again there, actually. I think it's because the weapon models are probably stored off screen in another area of the map and they don't move quick enough, so the bullets come from where the model is stored. Possibly. Just a theory, a PSO theory. Go for Stealth Suit Max Sync or Dolphin Slay Conjure. Yeah, I mean, I could go all in on the evade build with the Huxil. God knows evade has to be useful for something. I guess we didn't get the bonus. Avoid losing Mazetta. What is going on with these spawns? I think it's because when I spawned and people were already fighting stuff, so the game got confused. All the enemies had Stealth Suit, yeah, that is another option. Avoid taking damage. Maybe a little bit easier in KOs, but probably still not happening. I probably shouldn't use mechs actually when it's avoid taking damage because the recovery is too long. Or the lap suit. So basically every time you do a lap, you generally get an extra penalty applied. You basically just keep going for as long as you can, and every lap the lap gets harder. It's more of a challenge really, so the longer you go, the more challenging it's meant to get. I'm not sure if the mobs get any modifiers, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't feel like they've got any yet. Maybe, I mean, there could be different penalties you get. Another one that we got was like reduced invulnerability chance. But maybe there's other penalties that buff the enemies up. Maybe there's anguish. It just turns anguish mode on. Avoid losing Mazetta. Bringers and Belras. %1 chance for Anguish 3 to activate. It is nice to be able to use daggers on a class, to be honest, because generally on hunters you don't really use them much, because the animation just isn't really that great, particularly the last hit. But for Yggdrasil, because you've got that different animation, it does make them a genuinely useful weapon. Yeah, if I tried using this with my Honeywell, I'd probably get smacked. Avoid taking damage in ultimate mines, not happening. I don't walk away from my freeze trap. Yeah, have another one. I would trap shoot, but I really don't have the gear to do it. I need to get a decent handgun, really, so I really do need to get a last one at some point. They have an avoid freeze traps challenge of their own. Maybe they do. I like how just piles of freeze traps got dropped as soon as that Baron spawned. And people know their priorities. Yeah, just instantly as soon as it spawned. Like, not today, Barons, not today. Okay, avoid taking damage on the dragon again. The Baron shed a single tear, which was quickly frozen multiple times. I think a Baron is more likely to shed missiles, personally. I nearly screwed us over. I nearly went for the Berserk. Baron's got so cold it became a refrigerator. Well, this is interesting. My controller just stopped working. This is going to make things very interesting. Yeah, that was my controller disconnecting and reconnecting. The downside is with PSO is that when your controller reconnects, it doesn't get picked back up again. So I guess... keyboard controls? Oh, thank God it's intermission. Saved. Yeah, that is probably for the best. I don't know why it's disconnected. I mean, it's turned back on again. Oh, does it? Yeah, for some reason my controllers have never done that, so in PSO specifically, if my controller disconnects, if I reconnect it, it won't get picked up by the game again until I close the game and reopen it. Yeah, it's definitely just not working out. Let's try to turn it off again. Yeah, it definitely just doesn't work now, no. So yeah, super weird. This is a wireless controller, so yeah, maybe that's why. That's the first time it's done that, though. During the game through Steam, it might reconnect since Steam input is doing the AMI controller. Possibly, yeah. I could try that. Well, this is an interesting experience of figuring out what the PSO controls are on keyboard, because I've never played this game on keyboard. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, thanks to the games. That was really fun, actually. It seems to be that it's WSD for the movement, but then your palette is the arrow keys. What are you here for? You just want some coffee. Fair enough. I feel that. You played it on keyboard originally. Also on keyboard, you can't do the instant 180 to dodge a close range attack. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like on keyboard. This weird delay when you turn around. So it splits lines with fire traps if you do a full combo. For some reason, after doing third attack in the combo, it holds that third attack and counts it on the trap. That's super weird. It's like they couldn't decide if they wanted tank controls. Yeah, so you don't get this on controller. Oh, so it's split because third attack. Yeah, I know that third attack split them. But I didn't know that's how they interacted with traps. That's super weird. And I guess the other way of instant killing them is to drop traps on the spawn point. So, interesting to know. So yeah, I think... Oh, Ziggy took that and the Morphos trick. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't know about the Morphos trick either until he showed me that either. I just been getting, you know, destroyed by them for 20 years. Again, the Morphos trick, for anyone who doesn't know, is if Morphos appears in Seabed, if you get your camera off it, so you can't see it, it can't hit you. But yeah, I think we'll probably end the stream there for today then. So the plan is, there will be, so the NGS video just gone live today. There will be PSP2 video going live for members tomorrow, which will go live to everyone else on the Wednesday. On Wednesday's stream, we'll hopefully be playing some Phantasy Star Zero. If there are problems with that, we'll play something else instead. But fingers crossed, we'll be playing Phantasy Star Zero. And then the following Sunday will probably be PSU. The Wednesday after that will be back to Classic Phantasy Star again. Thanks for the bits, Kilniaf. So yeah, as usual, if you enjoyed the stream, please consider the usual, you know, like, subscribe. Thank you for the refollow again, Kilniaf. You don't have to refollow. One follow is enough, believe me. Yeah, I would probably have to use emulation for it. There is a way, if you're on my Discord, actually, someone actually has linked how to set up multiplayer for it. So hopefully be able to get some people for Phantasy Star Zero. If not, we'll just play something else. So someone. Well, to be fair, I couldn't remember if it was you that had posted it or if it was someone else who played Phantasy Star Zero. Because there is a few people on the Discord that play it. I didn't want to say it was you and then you said, no, it wasn't me. So yeah, hopefully we'll play that on Wednesday anyway. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully see you on Wednesday for the next one. And like I said, there will be a video going live at some point during the week, which will be a Monster Hunter video as well. So that will be some point during the week. I don't know when yet. PSU is your vote. PSU is really fun at the minute, yeah, so we'll definitely play that next weekend for sure. But if things don't go to plan with PS0, we might play it on Wednesday as well. Hopefully we can do PS0 though. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for the next one. So you guys, thanks for watching.